We begin tonight with a developing story out of Ada County.
A large police presence and portion of Chinden Boulevard completely closed to Meridian after a police chase. It started in Caldwell, and officers say the driver is armed and refusing to get out of his car. Our Nicole Camarda is on scene where the closure is causing a huge mess with the evening commute.
Yeah, as you can see, there's an active scene behind me. Police say that there's a vehicle chase that started in Caldwell and then moved over to Ada County not too long ago, and now they're in an active standoff with an armed suspect. Police say that the vehicle chase did actually start in Caldwell, but then, as I said, moved over to Ada County. Police say that Ada County deployed spike strips, and then the police say that the suspect pointed a handgun towards officers. Police say they also used a pit maneuver to ultimately stop the subject, and now the suspect is refusing to leave their car. We do know that there is one male, according to what police are telling us, and no passengers in the car. Ada County Metro SWAT, Meridian Fire, and paramedics are on the scene, and as of now, police are asking for people to avoid the area of Chinden, Black Cat, and 10 Mile. If you have been on this street, there has been a lot of backup on traffic, and hopefully we'll get that cleared up. Stay with Idaho News 6 for more information and visit our website, idahonews6.com, for the latest updates.
All right, thanks, Nicole. Well, even at the peak of the pandemic, Idaho never had a statewide mask mandate, and now some Idaho lawmakers want to make sure that can never happen.
Idaho's House has approved legislation prohibiting mask mandates by government entities in Idaho. Some Idaho lawmakers say a law is necessary despite health officials' guidance on slowing the spread of COVID-19. Lawmakers debated the bill relating to mask mandates for nearly 30 minutes this morning, which ultimately passed the House 46-23. Our Nicole Camarda has more on what lawmakers had to say about the bill.
There is a time, a place where a mask should be required. And I think that's when somebody's contagious.
House Bill 339 looks to add a new section to Idaho Code prohibiting mask mandates. Bill sponsor Carrie Hanks opened debate, arguing how wearing a mask could bring up trauma for sexual assault victims.
I don't want to debate the research, really. I just want you to consider the real trauma, the real violation of a person to ask them to, and require them, not ask, but require them to wear a mask.
Representative Greg Cheney voted against the bill, noting legal problems for state workers who often are required to wear PPE for self and community protection.
Ladies in my life who have experienced things that cause me to bristle at comparing a mask mandate to a sexual assault.
You know, we do have requirements for wearing clothing, such as men have to wear ties here in this body. But there are times when this needs to happen in order to protect everybody else from the condition you may have.
Although COVID-19 cases are still averaging 200 to 300 cases per day, Representative Dorothy Moon supported the measure, saying residents in cities like McCall that just extended their order do not want mandates.
The excuse that they're using is that all of these folks coming in for recreation are going to be, vectors and spreading COVID, which to me has pretty much been dropped or leveled in the numbers to where the pandemic doesn't exist in the state.
2,000 lives have been lost to COVID-19 in Idaho, and health officials still encourage the community to wear masks. Nicole Camarda, Idaho News 6.
The bill now heads to the Senate, which announced it will recess until Monday as it wants the House to catch up on budget orders that need to pass in order for the session to end.
Well, it's back to the drawing board for the K through 12 budget after House lawmakers voted it down over social justice concerns. The teacher salary bill is just over half of the total $2 billion public schools budget. Conservative House lawmakers say they're not worried about the amount of money, but instead fear teachers are pushing a leftist agenda in the classroom. And this week's Making the Grade, our Michelle Edmonds explores what's going on with Idaho Education News reporter Kevin Richard.
Curriculum in Idaho is decided at the local level. School districts decide what they teach. So why is the legislature sending this bill back to JFAC over curriculum?
Well, that's a really good question. And you are right that curriculum is set at the local level. 115 school districts, dozens upon dozens of charters, they figure out which kind of curriculum they want to set as aligned to state academic standards. So that's a really good question. Why is this intent language, why is this within the legislature's bailiwick? It's not academic standards per se, which is part of the legislature's bailiwick. Curriculum, it really is a local decision. It's been a local decision for years. I mean, that's been the tradition. That's been the practice. So yes, this is a bit of a departure if you look at it that way.
What is JFAC going to do?
Rewrite the budget. And that's what they have to do. And that's what they're going to wind up doing. My guess is that you probably won't see a whole lot of difference in the numbers, because really the debate on Tuesday wasn't about the numbers. It wasn't about, are we putting too much money into the teacher salary bill? That wasn't the sticking point. So what I would imagine is we will see JFAC, which has a lot of work to do, by the way. They still have to rewrite a higher education budget as well, come back with some sort of a budget for the teacher portion of K-12. I don't expect the numbers to change much. They have to change the numbers slightly. It's part of legislative practice. If you rewrite a budget bill, it has to come back with a different number. $100 it might be the difference in a $1.1 billion budget, but they have to do something different numerically in order to satisfy the requirements of the process. But the big thing will be, what does this language look like in terms of critical race theory, social justice, education topics? That's going to be the big change, and that will be the focus of debate when this bill comes back before the House. And if it passes the House, then it has to go to the Senate, or if it passes the Senate, then it's got to get over to the House. So I think that's where your debate's going to be.
Well, Idaho Superintendent of Public Instruction Sherry Ibarra issued a statement today on that budget vote. She began by thanking and offering support to teachers, but she also came out in favor of the lawmakers who sidelined yesterday's funding attempt. Ibarra added, quote, "We also recognize that cancel culture and political agendas have no place in our schools. I support the legislature's effort to put in law what is already a standing practice in our schools." And when Idaho News 6 asked the superintendent what exactly she wants put into the law, she declined to comment. Well, there is no timetable right now for when the teacher salary bill will be reintroduced. We will continue watching and bringing you the very latest updates. And if you want to watch Michelle's full interview with Kevin, just head to our Idaho News 6 Facebook page. Well, a vaccine exemption bill is sitting on Governor Brad Little's desk. The bill would require schools to explain vaccine exemption laws to parents. Right now, vaccines are required for students to go to school, but in Idaho, parents can opt out of any vaccine for any reason. Supporters of this new bill say parents need to be adequately informed of Idaho's opt-out policy. It's now up to the governor to decide to whether sign or veto the bill.
Still ahead on Idaho News 6, if you like to fish, you've come to the right state. Coming up next, a look at how anglers can find that perfect spot to drop a line.
And coming up in my Idaho News 6 weather forecast, it is cool outside now, but we've got a warming trend. I'll tell you when it should arrive coming up.
With plenty of places to fish in Idaho and a number of species to catch, it can often be overwhelming when heading out on the water.
Outdoors reporter Lindsay Amundsen has more on how one local fishing expert is helping others become the best anglers they can be in tonight's Idaho Backroads.
These lakes are big, so I don't know where I'm going in the lake or what would be the best technique for the area.
Mike Lofton moved to Idaho from Alaska, and as a lifelong angler, the first thing he wanted to do was get out on the water. The problem? He didn't know where to go or what to use.
We're so blessed to have so many different species and so many different places and opportunities to fish that it can be maybe a little overwhelming. It's like you can go to one lake and it can have 8 species in it. Well, where do I start? What do I fish for first? So